Friends, hello, it's Monday, it's Turkey Week. Let's talk about some stocks. We don't have a lot of time this week, so we gotta do with what we got, and there's something big happening in the market this week which could destroy the market, but also bring some pretty nice prices, because I think a lot of us are sick of paying high prices right now for these stocks, unless you bought it a long time ago. So let's talk about Sofi. Let's just kind of focus on Sofi here. You know, another crazy day in the market. The market still did pretty good today. I mean, even it's hard to find sell-off in a lot of stocks right now. There's just stocks that have momentum are just going, and Sofi is a perfect example of that. So, you know, Sofi going to $100 in 2025. I don't know that I would rule that out. Now, I think that's going to be deep into 2025 here, but there is reasoning for that. So first off, just to warn everybody this week, kind of some guidelines, what's happening this week with the stock market. Tomorrow, Tuesday, should be a pretty just, you know, simple day, a few earnings here or there. But Wednesday is when the PCE is expected to hit around 10 a.m. So the inflation report should come out. Now, obviously, what have we already seen the past 2 months with inflation? It's been bad. So we can expect inflation report here to be bad. So with the market already being so freaking high, the market's looking for a reason to crash here. I mean, the market's looking for a strong reason to pull back. So we could see some sell-off here Wednesday. Thursday, Thanksgiving, market's closed. Friday, market opens back up, but it's only open until 1 p.m. So pretty much a short week this week in the market. So, you know, tomorrow, I don't know that I'd buy much tomorrow. I think Wednesday after 10 a.m. is probably going to be your best bet. I don't know how this PCE report could be good. There's essentially no way that this could be good news. I mean, there's just no way. But I don't know. So with that, let's talk about Sofi here. So I don't think it's a secret. If you've been watching Sofi here, Sofi is just on a tear. I mean, it's just going freaking ballistic. But Sofi is going on ballistic. It's going on a tear here because everything right is happening with this company. I mean, the earnings, they just had their earnings, the biggest earnings they've ever had. Their growth with new members is up. It's insane numbers right now, you know, the member count. And the member count obviously is one of the most important things because that's bank accounts. That's people taking loans, needing loans in the future, car loans, house loans, you name it. People putting money in their bank account, their savings account, things like that, opening credit card accounts. Those are things that drive up the price of the earnings, and that's what you want to see as an investor. So with that, Sofi is continuing to grow. It's still in a very youthful stage of a company where it has a lot left to give for investors, and that's why it's grabbing a lot of attention. And there's still all that argument out there that, you know, Sofi is not just a bank. It's also very much we can call a AI stock because of their technology of what they're integrated into their system. And I've said this too, if you don't have a Sofi bank account, you really should get one. You really should get one just to have one and put, $5 in it, whatever, because it's really, really interesting. I mean, it is very advanced compared to other bank systems. You know, I guarantee you, if you open up an account with Sofi compared to well, I won't point out any other bank specifically. I don't want to get in trouble, but just another older bank, you will be like, this is like. These other banks are like Stone Age compared to what Sofi is offering. If you open up a bank account with Sofi, you can buy stocks, you can all your credit card stuff. I mean, everything's just right there. It's simple, easy, big, in your face, transferring money. I mean, it's almost like a PayPal account too. It's for nothing. It's free. You don't have to put money in the account. They just let you open up an account, which is crazy because most banks won't even let you do that. I suggest check it out as just, as not only as an investor, but just someone to open up an account and really be a part of the Sofi situation experience. So Sofi at almost $16, and Sofi pre-market today was hitting 16 and some change. It was at $16, so we've already seen Sofi can hit $16 here. Now, tomorrow I do suspect that Sofi probably won't see much of a pullback. We can see the 14s, but if this inflation report comes out bad Wednesday, I do suspect that we could see some pullback in Sofi. But generally, we'll probably see pullback from most stocks if that were to happen. So, and this is kind of probably going to be the sauce of what's coming here with the stock market, because usually the first week or two into December, The stock market will do okay. There's nothing crazy happening. Earnings have been reported, but the last 2 weeks will usually be kind of a huge pullback in the market with December, because what are people doing? They need Christmas money. They need travel money. They need to get their tax stuff in a fair. They're taking profit. They're getting rid of bags. And you're seeing sell off and things falling apart across the board. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of the market have a huge pullback in the last 2 weeks here in December. But January is where big numbers are going to be. So I'm just going to say this. I would not be shocked to see SoFi do around $18 to $20 around the election, or the inauguration, here around January 20th. And obviously January 20th is Martin Luther King Day, so the market will be closed. But leading up to that day and the day after, the 21st there, which will be a Wednesday, I believe. So SoFi could be going off the chain. So if you're saying, well, SoFi is $15 right now, that's pretty expensive. It is expensive. But it's not as expensive about what's about to happen here maybe in 45 days. SoFi could be really expensive here very soon. So that's something to really consider. Why am I saying that SoFi could hit $100 here in, the next year coming? Obviously, I'm looking deeper into the year here, getting over the summer, getting around into like October, September, October kind of thing. If SoFi keeps coming out with these huge quarterlies, like SoFi it's pushing the gas in, and it's not letting go here. It keeps pushing the gas. And SoFi is getting into this rhythm right now where it is capturing everyone's attention. It is in the zeitgeist of investor world right now. I mean, it's taken over Reddit, it's taken over YouTube, it's taken over just general conversation with people right now. And this is when you see things get really expensive. I saw Palantir about a year and a half ago step into this situation. I remember when Palantir was at like an $8 to $9 stock, and people were going like, why is this company $8, $9? It's so undervalued. And then finally, Palantir started getting some momentum. Then it did what SoFi is doing here. It went to like $12 to $15. And then it sat there for a moment. And then it went to 20. Then it sat at 20 for, 20 to 25 for a moment. And then it just skyrocketed from there. So obviously, two different companies, water and wine. Obviously, I get that. But what I'm saying is, stocks do, and they are somewhat creatures of habit of how they move, especially when they get in a momentum, when they start capturing big deals, big quarterlies, subscribership off the chart. And this is what we're starting to see here and smell with SoFi. SoFi's got all the ammunition and just evidence to support that it's gonna continue to tear up some situations here, with earnings going into 2025. So, by January 20th, if SoFi can reach $20, there's no telling that SoFi can't capture 25, 30. Imagine, let's just really shoot into a narrative here. Can SoFi by the summer, by July of 2025, can SoFi reach $25 to $35? I don't think it's crazy. I don't think it's as crazy as people think. Look at all these stocks we've seen this year. Look how we've seen them run up, okay? So SoFi being in such a particular point right now, such a golden point where it's still fairly a cheap stock. It's mixed in with AI. It's mixed in with the banking system. It has huge potentials within the next, I don't want to say a year, but maybe 2 to 3 years down the road to start giving dividends. And maybe 5, years plus, if it gets really expensive, maybe we could be talking about a stock split. So these are things to really get investors thinking and, and really, think about where they want to be in the future here. So, buying up as much as you can right now is a really smart idea. And I talk about this a lot. I know people say, and they thank me for it, but listen, if you've only got $5, $10, and you've only got that to buy fractional shares of something, you're still in the game. Don't be ashamed about that. Everyone starts somewhere, okay? 10 years ago when I started putting money in the stock market, I didn't have thousands of dollars. I had $5, had babies, I had a brand new house, I had all these payments, school loans, stuff like that. I was essentially broke. But I knew I wanted to be a part of what was going on with particular companies. And we're more than ever in this golden opportunity right now of companies. And SoFi is going to be something that's going to be very special here in the future. I would hate for people to miss out on it. So, don't think about what is SoFi going to be, a month from now. Think about what is SoFi going to be 5 years from now. What if I was able, every week to put $5, $10 in something, of even a fractional share of it, and then 5 years down the road, I've got a decent little position in this company, and maybe 5-10 years from now they do a really big stock split, hopefully sooner, but just really throwing that out there. That's something that could really, you're talking about a retirement fund at that point. Imagine if you were buying Nvidia 5 years ago. I mean, imagine where you would be right now. You would have more money than, probably the most 10 people you could just stand in a room and point at. That's the reality of the situation. So think about it like that. Think about okay, if I've only got $3, I've only got $5, I've only got $10, I've got $50. Maybe you got $50. That's a lot of money to now. Right now, especially with where things are at. I get it. I'm living in the same economy. I'm living in the same country. I get it. I get it, friends. I get it. But just make sure you're allowing yourself to be a part of it. My God, if it's even $1, just be a part of something. Whether it's putting your money in Palantir, Nvidia, Tesla, whatever. Just find something. It makes you feel good. Be like, yeah, I invest in that. It makes you feel good. And before you know it, you've got a position made up in something. Friends, tomorrow, I'm curious to see what the market's going to do. I'm not expecting a whole lot tomorrow. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I hope these inflation reports are bad. I hope SoFi sells off. I hope SoFi goes back down to $12 to $13. Why do I say that? I say that not to be selfish. I say that because I know SoFi is going to continue to go up. If SoFi falls apart for a moment here, stock price-wise, it doesn't mean it's a bad company. It just means that it was met with a bad market. And, just because stocks go down in their price, it doesn't mean that they're doing terrible. You need to sell out of them. It just means it's opportunity for you to buy in more. So if SoFi sells off here, Wednesday afternoon, I'm going to step in with some capital and I'm going to buy up more shares because I know that next week it's probably going to go right back up to $14 to $15, maybe $16. Okay. I know by January, it's probably going to be at $17 to $18 to $20. That's the reality of the situation. Friends, I wish all of you best of luck. I really do mean that. It is going to be a short, hot week, and we will see what happens here. Friends, take care of yourself. Bye-bye.